Chad and JT started their tour in February. They're starting their tour in February. Chad and JT from the internet and various stand-up comedy appearances. And what else? Where have you been?
Where we been?
Where you been? Quick, your whole resume right now.
We've been in Detroit. Ford factory. We went there.
We went to the Ford factory. When we were in Appleton, we went on a boat. Chad did some wakeboarding.
JT drove. I mean, JT driving shirtless is probably the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Pure masculinity.
Oh, dude, come on, bro.
Yeah, peak. That's what I meant. Peak.
You always build me up. That's nice.
Yeah.
Then I see the video of it. I'm like, it's not as peak as I thought.
No, dude.
But still sick. Still sick.
Chad and JT, the All Natty Tour. You guys start in February in Orlando. Orlando's pretty great.
I'm stoked to start in Florida. I love Florida. I mean, it's the best place to tan. I do like a little tanning report.
Yeah.
And Florida, pretty much all throughout the year, you can always tan there. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to start.
And you're going out a day early, right?
I'm going out a day early with my girlfriend. We're going to hit Universal Studios. I'm, unabashedly a theme park guy. I know it's weird for some people, but I love it. So
no, we had some friends in last week that also enjoy theme parks in a murderous way. Like, shout out Drew Phillips. He loves bungee jumping experiences that will almost shatter your neck. That's his thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, he did like this bungee jumping. Would you call it a ride? It's not really a ride, right?
Experience?
An experience, yeah. He did an experience at some like hack theme park in Texas, I think. Mm-hmm. And it was basically like a crane with a rope. Yeah. And I mean, let's just watch this video. This is me using his content as content, but like look at his neck here.
Oh my God, dude. Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Like a noodle in hot water.
He looks like a rag doll.
And then he says like here he's like just blacked out, rigor mortis, like he can't function. Can we get it again? Because it's just the funniest thing I've ever seen. This is like one of those things where it just This is one of those where like it just makes me want to give up on all creativity because it's like what could honestly come out of my head that's as funny as this?
That's
like,
so funny.
No, you can't beat a wiggling head with weights.
It's just like, it's endless laughter.
No
man.
turn of phrase can match that.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't even fall that far.
I know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not really a bungee jump. It's more of just like a whip effect. Look at that. Yeah, that's more of like the carnival variety. Do you guys like carnival rides that are just like purely to get you dizzy?
Dude, I can't. I mean, I do, but like I did as a kid, but as an adult, I just can't. I can't get on something that's like taken apart later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like,
especially when you can see the guys who are building it. Yeah. Like, you don't look like you have an engineering background.
Dude, I like mentally, I can't do it, but they seem fun. Yeah. You guys?
I went to the OC Fair recently because I loved the fair as a kid.
Yeah.
It was like my favorite thing to just go on the zipper and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went on some of the fair rides, and first off, there's puke. They're like cleaning up puke. I was like, and you go on it, and it's literally you're strapped into a chair, and it's sort of like this. You're in a crane, and it just puts you upside down and shakes you.
Oh, nice.
That's like all it is. And I was like, it's all variations of cranes that just toss you upside down.
Yeah, one day they're going to have like a clamp that just hits your head and it just drowns you for a while. Just pulls you out.
Yeah. We're reinventing the dunk tank, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no more.
Yeah, man. So, the theme parks. So you're gonna hit the theme park. You're gonna hit Orlando.
I think Universal. Islands of Adventure.
Do they have a Six Flags out there? Do you know?
And Orlando, I don't think so, but they have Tampa Bay has Busch Gardens, which has good roller coasters, I think.
Yeah. Do you like the roller coasters?
I do. I like thrills. So I like bungee jumping. I like skydiving. I've actually never been bungee jumping, so that was a lie. But I imagine I would. I like skydiving a lot. I want to do solo jumps, but my girlfriend was like, no. So
damn.
Maybe I'll do it behind
Are you
her
the
back.
same? Like thrills?
I like thrills, but not of the roller coaster variety. Okay. I like skydiving. I did it once, and then I was done with it. My thrills are more like
emotional
thrills. I like taking big emotional risks, like telling people uncomfortable truths about myself. I was actually just about to do it.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say, I'm a different person now, but like my thrills used to be like do drugs and have like unprotected sex with someone who might be a sex worker type of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then tell people about it. Those were like my thrills.
Right.
Yeah.
And then would you also thrill with her, like telling her things about yourself?
I was very forthcoming with her. Yeah. I think that was part of our connection.
Yeah. That's why she wanted to take your money, is because how deep you guys got.
Yeah. I was like, if I'm honest enough with this person, I'll supersede the normal dynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I still owe her some money. No, I'm kidding. If it was that sort of thing, I'd pay her. You have to. It's the ethical thing to do.
It's only right.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to be a good customer. Interesting.
What about you?
Oh, I mean, I get it's weird. I get motion sickness kind of easily, which sounds weird because I love racing karts and stuff.
Don't you race?
Yeah. I love racing, but I think racing, like you know what's gonna happen
because you're in control of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Roller coasters, I get sick as hell. I like them, but. Yeah, I just I don't know. I get beat up on them.
I'm the same way. It's I can do it once and I enjoy the experience, but afterwards I'm like, I don't need to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to, when we were in Ohio, we went to Cedar Point, and I took
Shout out Ohio.
Yeah.
Was just there.
I like Ohio.
I like Ohio.
Yeah.
Shout out Columbus. I said this at my shows, but unironically, like when I was on tour, people like anywhere I've been, people are like, "Where's like one of your favorite places to go?" I'm like, Columbus. And they don't believe me.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Where were you performing out there?
I did the Funny Bone this time.
We did. That's a nice area right
there,
too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that mall was cool.
Yeah.
They had a great 3-story bar that we went to after.
Yeah, like mini bowling. Probably the best Fuddruckers I've ever been to.
The Fuddruckers out there are beautiful.
Yeah, dude. They know how to build the Fuddruckers in Ohio. That's for sure.
Have you been to the Fuddruckers? It's state of the art.
Anyways, Cedar Point.
Oh yeah. And our social media guy, Jake / producer / just the man.
Yeah.
He went on we went on like the second roller coaster, and he's like, we finished, and he's like, oh.
Well, he's not hydrated. He only drinks Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Got it.
And he's like, oh, and I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, and he was like kind of messed up for the rest of the day. I'm like, well, suck it up because we got like 6 more to do. But
damn.
I had a question. When you race, do you pedal to the metal? Like, do you like, are you unafraid to like really push it on the straightaway and then?
Yeah, in a kart, I think at this point I'm pretty comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I karted in Japan and I really sent it there. But that was in the rain. That was a lot of fun. But I did have one moment where I like locked up and I was like, I did like a 180 and I was just going reverse. Mm-hmm. And I knew there was a light pole. So I'm like, please not the light pole, please not the light pole. And it was the barriers. It was fine. Yeah. But yeah, karts are like, they can be super scary. I've seen like some really bad clips, but I think those tend to be like younger drivers. Mm-hmm. So like, I think as an adult, you are heavy enough that the momentum loses like pretty quickly.
Right.
Like once you're off the gas. Right. And the style of kart I drive, like you need to, it's like right on the limit. It's like 2-stroke karts. You still need to like balance the speed. Shifter karts are the scary ones. Those are the ones that do like fucking 80 and they have like a clutch and yeah. So
those are 4-stroke?
4-stroke is weirdly slower.
Those are slower, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
2-stroke's louder. It's like
yeah. I don't know what you would call a shifter kart, to be honest, but I would imagine some variety of 2-stroke, but those are awesome. But yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable just going flat out. Full size cars, I'm not fully there yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite all-time racer?
I'm like, I don't know. I have like a weird relationship with motorsport in that like I respect people who do it, but I'm not fans of like individual does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
you just like the culture, the whole idea.
Yeah, and I like the act of it itself. So when I find out someone does it, I'm like, oh, that's really sick. But I don't have anyone that I'm like die hard for. I guess because I kind of look at it as like a broad spectrum. Like every discipline of racing is pretty insane. Like I think there's I will say like I'm fans of like the interesting quirks of each discipline. Like a weird thing about I think drag racing is a lot of the drivers are women because their reaction times are faster. It's just like a subtle, like they're just so right. I think that's like pretty interesting. And then I think rally drivers in general, you just have to have like fucking balls of steel
because you don't know what's coming around the bend. And
stuff
like
and unlike Formula One, which is like also very dangerous, but rally drivers I'm so impressed by because like dude, that's like trees. Like you can wrap the car around something fierce. And
do the navies in rally cars still read like physical maps?
Yeah. So you still have a dude who's like calling it out to you,
even with like what we have with like GPS and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
you're sticking to it.
Yeah. They're keeping it old school, dude. I feel like they need the call outs because if you look over at I don't know, Siri, you might and then.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel as good with Siri. It's nice to just have a buddy there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this shit's crazy, huh? And your buddy's like, yeah.
That's the main reason
he's crazy.
Yeah, it's the main reason he's there.
You, yeah.
But actually all that is a lie. I love Lewis Hamilton. Lewis, I love you, bro.
Yeah.
What
Anything for you, man.
His skydiving video was sick. Did you see
dude, he's
that?
nuts.
Yeah. I was watching that. I was like, he's crazy.
Yeah, those guys want thrills, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He's a cool customer.
Yeah.
I like hearing him talk.
Yeah.
He seems very dispassionate. Like he doesn't get angry.
No.
Or if he does, but it simmers. It doesn't explode.
I think it's hard to be angry in his living his life, Like
he's kind of done well for himself.
Yeah. Like 50 mil a year, no taxes.
Yeah, him and Dave Grohl are both doing well.
Yeah.
This is Dave Grohl.
Does Dave Grohl even need to do anything else? Like,
he's really done it.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I used to watch when I was starting out in comedy. I would watch this Dave Grohl clip where he's like, it was for people like aspiring musicians. It's like, what should you do if you're an aspiring musician? He's like, just play live, man. Just play live, And that's what I would do. I would just go and I would just play the drums as hard as I could.
Yeah.
And I equated that to comedy. I'm like, just tell jokes, man. Yeah. But it was like inspiring. Like he is a very inspiring.
I mean,
guy.
on that note, you guys used to inspire the shit out of me at the West Side Comedy Club.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's so nice, man. You've told us that before. It really means a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
I must reiterate. Yeah, back in those days, I that was super just not confident. And bro, I feel like the West Side Comedy Theater, everyone really knew each other. I feel like you stood out when you didn't know anyone.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good. And a lot of different cliques would go to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like some shows or mics, it would be just one clique, and the West Side Comedy Theater was like it's like the beginning of the Warriors, where all the different gangs came together.
Yeah.
So I would just stand on the back wall and I'd watch you guys go up there and just crush.
Oh, dude!
I remember you had a set. It was like towards the end. I think you were like 18th or something. There were not many people there, and you went up there and like you just ripped for 3 minutes, and I just was like, man, I'm bad at this. I just wanted to leave. Yeah, dude.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it is funny. You always see comics talking about who are like farther ahead. Like I always see like Ralphie May had like this video where he's talking about how to get into comedy, and they always talk about open mics like that. They're like, that was the time.
Yeah.
And you're sort of like, you're in open mics. And I loved it because it's like you're working on new stuff every day, and it's like getting people to laugh. It's like such a cool feeling when it's so new.
Yeah.
But you're sort of like, well, how could like touring not like be less fun than
right?
Or what am I trying to say? Like, how could this be the best time compared to like?
Yes, yeah.
But it is true. It's like that feeling where you're just like new and just working on stand up and like starting to like get people to laugh. It's like the best feeling.
Yeah.
And then the camaraderie is just so much fun.
Yeah, when you can get something to hit at an open mic, it's like okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's not like dirty or like or like really brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're like, whoa, this joke is
it must work.
It's ready for TV.
Yeah.
I made all these like because at open mics the comics they only want to laugh at like the most like brutal,
inhumane.
Yeah, it's like something awful has to have happened to you.
Yeah.
And so if you can make a joke about like pineapples and it works, you're like, okay,
I have something.
This is it.
Yeah, man. You know what I always loved was like at the random mics when an actor who was just trying comedy would go up. They always stuck out to me because they're always like just way better looking than everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why those characters always just made me laugh. Like they get up there and be like, "So I'm fucking this chick," and I'm like, no one relates to that here, dude.
Well, everyone else there like knew the assignment and would just stonewall them.
Yeah.
They're like, let's see if you can handle this good looking person. And they were so unaccustomed to failure that they'd be like, you'd see them in real time, like have to deal with life, and then you're like, yeah, it sucks, huh, bro? It sucks.
Yeah, and they're all mad tall.
Yeah, they were just strapping. But then some of those dudes would come back. You'd be like, all right, yeah, you're a real one.
Yeah.
It was funny seeing those guys too, because like their go-to almost always was the like, it's tough being so hot.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's like you know, I'm just so hot and no one takes me seriously. But they're at an open mic for stand-up comedy, and everyone's like, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
No one takes me seriously.
Yeah, the unified Stonewall is so good.
Yeah, we'd all just look at each other.
Linking
like,
arms. We know what we're doing here. You shall not pass.
Yeah. Go audition for Euphoria, bitch.
Yeah. Motherfuck. Well, so you guys stoked for tour? You got a little break leading up?
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I like being on tour so much. It's really fun. It's like you get to check out places you've never been. You get to get drunk in new places.
Yeah.
And the thing I've realized is when we first started touring, I would stay in my room most of the day and like just recover. But then I would bring like sad energy on stage. So now I always try to do stuff during the day. And like, so when we're in Tampa, I'm going to go on a swamp boat.
Nice.
And then when we're in Dania, Florida, that's like Miami. We should go fishing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go catch some tuna.
Yeah.
Just shit like that. It's like, I don't know. It just feels like you're on vacation. And then you get to work at night. It's awesome.
I wonder if that happens in Miami a lot, right? Where someone goes fishing and they pull out a fish and it's kind of like a bag of Coke in there. Like, you know.
Many a good crime novel for sure.
Yeah.
Or you pull up an arm.
Yeah.
Some guy made a bad deal with the wrong people. Now if you found a couple kilos, what do you do?
Report one, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah. You got to report one.
It's the rule of 3. Report 1, do 1, sell 1.
Yeah.
That's balanced.
Yeah. Man, that reminds me of the remember that clip? What was that, last year? Maybe this might have even been 2 years ago. That dude who rigged the fishing competition. You remember that?
No.
Oh, bro, pull this up.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about cocaine. Someone finding cocaine off a boat last time we were.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
It was the mayor of some Florida town.
Yes, we did. Oh yeah, when we were doing our investigative work.
Yeah. I love tit.
Yeah. I loved it.
Cocaine sharks.
Feasting on that's wild. Dude, can you pull up the rigged fishing competition? This is speaking of like touring and meeting people you'd never meet. This feels like one of those.
Do you go out after your shows, or what do you get up to?
Usually I just go bowling.
Oh,
Really?
that's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, keep it really mellow.
That's awesome.
I'll go
Yeah.
play pool a lot after your shows.
Yeah,
Are you a good bowler?
I'm decent. I'm not like.
Does that mean
ace.
you're good though? Do you roll?
No.
above?
I'm decent. Like
Okay.
I if I'm really smoking it, you know, I'll like a 180. You know.
That's really good.
Yeah, but I'm not like in the 200s. No, there's a video. Can you pull up the video? It's like they're arguing. They're like opening up the fish. They're like, yeah, this is like this.
They made the fish heavier.
Yeah, he put weights in it.
We got weights and fish.
Dude, the level of anger, bro.
Yeah, can you pull up the original? I gotta hear him cuss, man. It's
Yeah, that's
so
real.
good.
Is that the cheater?
Yeah, dude.
Is nothing sacred? Look at his head down. He knows he's
Yeah,
fucked.
he knows he's a bad
We got
person.
weights and fish.
We got weights and fish. Yeah, and the way the crowd just riles up afterward is so good. You ever had some of these guys just pull up to your show and you know, like, they don't know who you are?
Oh, yeah. And they're
Yeah.
always in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just looking at like,
Yeah. Yeah. And you can always, like, you always hit them with one. I feel like you get them with one and they're like,
yeah,
All right,
yeah. They,
Sometimes they'll be like miserable the whole show, and then afterwards you'll be doing like a meet and greet. They'll be like, "That was really funny, great." I was like, sweet.
Hook, line, and sinker.
what a
Our
title.
current Team of the year.
If you believe those who were there, this is the moment a lot
Yeah, let this rip. This is good. A
of
little
eyebrows
commentary is
started to
helpful.
go up. Anglers Jacob Runyon and Chase Kaminsky leading yet another fishing tournament.
Your new leaders locking it in. Team of the year. Definitely Team of the Year champions.
They even headed up to take their pictures at the Lake Erie Walleye Fishing Competition, ready to claim almost 30 grand in prize money. But watch closely when just moments later, the event's organizer, Jason Fisher, decides to check the belly of one of those fish.
We got weights and fish. There we go.
One of the best deliveries of all time. Can we watch him do that
Of
again?
course,
This guy's
of
a
course.
superstar.
Of course.
With the fist pump afterwards. I mean, the level of indignation this guy has.
Fisher decides to check the belly of one of those fish.
We got weights and fish. There we go.
He's not having it, dude.
Nah, he's fired up, man.
He was raised right.
Yeah, man. And he's wide, dude. You,
Dude,
you
he's
don't want
about
to piss
put
this
hands-
guy off.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a unit.
He's like, bro, I will punch straight through your skull, dude.
Look
It's
at
a
the
mob
Oakleys.
calling fell in a way only true fishermen can.
God damn.
But Jason Fisher wasn't done investigating.
Look at
Finding almost
him.
8 pounds of lead weights and a bunch of fresh-looking fish fillets inside.
A filleted fish.
Meanwhile, Jake Runyon still
Fillet
standing
of
there.
fish.
Now,
Dude, the shame on it. Like, you can't even see his face, and you can feel
Nah,
the
yeah,
shame in
you-
his neck and cheeks.
you can, dude, it's radiating off of him, man.
we got weights and
We got weights and fish. Bro, for him to stand here and take, he's processing it all. His entire legacy is just crumbling before his eyes. He's just reveling in the final moments of fame before he can never show his face at the fishing tournament ever again.
All right, I gotta go back to law
My
school.
pa's
now.
watching this from heaven.
Yeah.
My pa's watching. Yeah.
Point blank, what he was thinking.
Do you have anything to say, Jake?
You call the cops.
Do you have anything to say, Jake? Nothing. So then what happens?
Wrestler Steve Hendricks and Brian Ulmer finished fourth. They couldn't believe what they were seeing, or at least almost couldn't believe it.
Finally, we don't have to deal with this anymore, and we finally got rid of the problem that everybody suspected.
The sunburn on the guy to the right is phenomenal. Is phenomenal.
Yeah, Viking levels red.
I just hope they hammer him.
Turns out it's not
Oh.
the first time Runyon and Kaminsky have been suspected of cheating. Last year, they were disqualified from another championship after one of them failed a polygraph.
What? That was so amazing.
What is man? You just had to take a polygraph after doing a fishing tournament? That's pretty insane. What is that, dude? What is that questionnaire? Did you catch this?
Yeah. I wonder if he
Yes.
was like in a deposition for like a divorce or something, and then like the fishing guys were like, "Hey, throw in some fishing questions in there too."
Is that Kaminsky? that chain son of a bitch? 100 under the table, man. You ask him. Did he catch that fish back there and fucking?
Did you catch that fish for real?
Yeah. Damn, lawyer just slips it clean. And just another note while we're discussing the proceedings here. Did you catch that fish for real?
What's that got to do with my wife? They're like, just answer the
Just
question.
answer the question, please.
The lawyer puts on those like blue glasses. Did you catch them for real?
Oh, we got weights and fish. We got weights and fish.
I also feel like the polygraph thing, that's like a thing when you're lying, you're like, "Did you give me a polygraph?" And
Yeah.
you never expect the other people of the fishing commission to be like, "All right, let's do it."
They just pull it out the closet. Okay, brother.
They're all wearing camo at the thing.
I know, bro.
Can't see anyone right now.
According to reports, Runyon said he was innocent and got a lawyer. As for this past weekend, law enforcement is now involved.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
so good.
Dude,
Yeah,
Ohio.
you gotta go to jail, bro.
Shout out.
This is in Ohio. Oh, wow.
Ohio's
Dude.
Department of Natural Resources released a statement.
Cuyahoga.
Dude, they take that shit seriously,
Good
like game and
Yeah.
nature violations.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a lot of family in Wyoming, and I had a buddy JP. This was years ago, but he got 3 DUIs. I think he lost his license for only a month. And then I knew another guy who horribly got drunk and shot elk with like an assault rifle out of season. Did like 5 years in jail.
Whoa. Wow.
And my buddy was his lawyer. Like my dad's friend was his lawyer. He's like, "Yeah, I knew he was going down. You can't kill elk out of season."
Wow. Elk out of season. That's
Now, what
crazy.
about with a car? How much time can I do if I... Yeah.
Dude, that's
Do you
bold as
intentionally hit?
fuck.
Yeah.
Did you intentionally hit that elk?
No.
Oh, we got him.
I don't know.
We got him. We got weights and elk. We got weights and elk.
And
What-
saying
Yeah. What's the so if they get what's like the crime here?
What's the crime? Weights and fish.
Weights
my
and
man.
fish.
You put fillet and fish.
Yeah, dude. That's,
They were indicted for cheating, attempted grand theft, possessing criminal tools, and the unlawful ownership of wild animals.
Bro.
Oh.
Well, dude, yeah, because I guess if you're winning the prize money at 30 grand, that's stealing.
Yeah. Grand, dude, and the fact that it's probably over 15K, so it's grand theft.
Yeah.
This is the greatest bank robbery of the last I don't know, 5 years.
Wow.
It's gonna be tough conversation with your celly.
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you in here, man? Weights and fish. Oh, you the weights and fish motherfucker?
Just starts joking.
Yeah.
They're worse than chomos out there.
Yeah. God, this guy put weights and fish. This guy put weights and fish. Can't believe what you've done in the fucking fishing game, you piece of shit.
They've collected evidence
Maybe
and are preparing a report for
The
prosecutors.
punishment is putting him on that bungee thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to fuck with the fish? Oh god, this is how they felt.
How big's your dick? About 2 pounds. We got weights and dick. Describing your dick by weight rather than length.
You got anything to say about your dick?
About 2 pounds.
No.
It's all me.
They
That's all
just got
me.
this wiener out as a group.
We got weights and dick.
This one guy was innocent. We just filleted it, though.
Yeah. We didn't like him. We just cut it open.
He just cut it off. He's good, though.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What are these? Oh, so you can
yeah, I can
operate?
control that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
are you doing this?
Little high tech.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I've ever cheated in like a sporting event. I know. I used to do this.
That's so honest of you to be like, hold on before I judge.
Well, I used to do this bitch thing when I played in chess tournaments when I was in elementary school, and I used to let kids who were worse than me win, so all the parents would think I was a nice kid. It was very manipulative.
Oh wow.
And then afterwards, I'm like, your son is so sweet to my mom.
Yeah.
They're like, he lets the dumb kids win.
Wow.
What do you know moves? Do you know chess moves?
I was pretty good back then, but no, I was never like more than 2 moves ahead.
Oh, interesting.
But I liked the setup. I like the. It looks great on camera. Like in movies, it's fucking badass. The pop, 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 pop when they do that quick editing on it.
Were you fast like that?
Nah, never speed. I tried to do speed chess, and someone would be like, "That's not how you move a knight." My hand like didn't have like the coordination.
You're like, check. And
It like looks cool. They're like, "Dude, you've been doing things wrong for like 9 moves. Just leave for a while."
I've always wanted to become good at chess.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. I just don't think I could commit the time to it.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of memorization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are like, oh, this is a black white opening, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they have names like there's elegant names for the attack.
Yeah.
They're like, "That's a brutal Russian."
Yeah. You're like, yeah, that is a brutal Russian. They're like, no, your pieces. You're like, oh, right. Damn, I'm just picturing JT just backhanding all the pieces off the fuck. Yeah.
I think one time I got high before a kettlebell comp. Does that count as drugs?
No, I don't think that's. I don't know. I feel like it's you. On one hand, it's enhancing because maybe you're not so connected to the pain of it, but then like you're kind of moving slower.
When I used to do stand up on Adderall, I was like, this doesn't count because when a joke bombed, I didn't feel it.
Oh, that's interesting.
I could just plow straight ahead.
Interesting.
I was totally disconnected from the audience's reaction.
Oh,
It was amazing.
that's very cool.
It was such a good feeling.
I'm gonna do a lot of that.
And they were so focused on the way my jaw was just bouncing left to right.
Right,
They
right.
didn't even.
You think I'd be hurt right now, but I'm not. I'm on Adderall. So what's the deal with airplane
I was
food?
like, on to the next one.
yeah.
They're just you always get clapped like fucking standing O's after those sets. They're like, I can't. That guy is Tourette's. I can't believe he came up here and twitches and all. He was able to do that whole thing. That was unbelievable.
They're like, you're very brave.
Yeah. They're like, oh my god, dude, I got to hear what this lawyer has to say. Sorry, I'm still on this story.
It's pretty amazing.
In sport, where you were supposed to be honest, and for these guys to come in and do this was just absolutely reprehensible.
Now we reached out to Runyon and
I know this guy.
Yeah, we know.
You do?
Yeah.
Dude, he's good. You know, he's like kind of like the top UFO on the news guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We met him on a plane ride to Cabo.
Oh,
Good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
back. Now that local
I think he
lawyer
just
we
got
spoke
married
with, who's not
and had a
connected to
kid.
the case,
Sorry.
said the 2 men could face felony charges, fines, and possibly some prison time. Guys?
Wow.
There is
you cut to these stupid city slickers.
That's how these New York elites don't get
Yeah.
it. Never
They look
even
down on all
fish.
these fishing folk.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to like bet that one of them's like, hopefully there's no weights in my sushi.
There's weights and sugarfish.
Yeah, weights of sugarfish.
I think Sugarfish got in trouble for fish swapping.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Like their tuna was halibut, their halibut was
Okay.
Oh, wow.
something else.
Their Toro.
Something else.
Their Toro was cod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm allergic, so
You are?
To fish? All fish?
To seafood, man.
That's sick.
To seafood?
Yep.
Wow.
Seafood.
Can you be near it?
I can be near it. I have to. It's like super mild. It's just a very annoying allergy. Like I'd have to eat a whole fish to go anaphylactic.
How old were you when you discovered it?
My mom used to force feed it to me, and then when I was like having a reaction, I'd tell her like my throat's closing. She just would not believe me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
She'd be like, "No, keep going."
She's trying to toughen you up?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
She said no omega-3s.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like, because my mom would not, like, when the doctor finally was like, no, it's official, he has an allergy, was your mom like, my bad, or was she like, hey, shit happened?
Yeah, she's kind of like,
That's what my mom would do.
Yeah.
Mom would be like, I didn't know.
yeah. She's like, "Oh, oops."
Are you gonna be mad about this for a while? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. My mom is comically mean. Like I remember I ate shit on a bike and I walked inside like crying and I'm like, "I think I have internal bleeding." She's like, "Yeah, I have internal bleeding." Just put some ice on my head. Then like 2 days later, she was laughing at me saying, "Yeah, that's what you get for being Tom Cruise trying to do your own stunts." She said it just like that. Yeah. And I was like, what a fucking roast, man. She didn't even like grow up with Tom Cruise like that.
Yeah.
Like she moved to America and she learned that and then used that on me.
She was like picking up refs to burn you with that she knew would make sense to you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, have you seen Bud Crawford's mom? Have you seen those clips?
No.
Oh, bro, you got to see it. So you know Terrence Crawford?
Yeah.
Dude, his mom is like the most savage mom that ever lived. we could watch the clip, but she used to be like, she would put a bounty on Bud in the neighborhood and she would pay kids $10 if they could beat Bud up. And then she was like, none of them could though. And then Bud's like, all I ever wanted was her love and she never gave it to me. And the interviewer's like, what would you tell him? And she was like, that he wasn't going to be shit.
Oh my God.
It's pretty insane.
Holy shit.
And he's like pretty healthy about it. I mean, he talks about it in a healthy way, but he's like, it put a rage in me. I just wanted to prove to her, like I would destroy the world to prove to her that I was enough.
Yeah.
And he says it very like plain and without emotion, but you can see it when he's fighting. You're like, yeah, you seem pissed off.
Yeah. That's how you raise an absolute machine of a human, whether it's a boxer, a CEO. Just tell your wife to not love the son.
I think it's more effective if it comes from the mom.
It is. Yeah.
Because from the dad, you almost expect it.
Mm-hmm.
And from the mom, it's more of like a...
Yeah, if your mother's like, you're worthless, it's... Yeah. Because then you go your whole life and you're like, I'm worthless. And then you just don't think you're worthy ever. So you do all this extra stuff to be worthy.
What do you think drove her to... Do you think she was like, I'm going to have a son... Like, maybe she's unhappy with where she was at. She's like, I'm going to have a son and torture him so he becomes the best fighter of all time?
No, man. I think it's just sometimes as a son, you remind her of the man she hates. Like it's just your face.
Right.
You have your father's face.
Right.
So everything you say,
yeah,
she's just reminded like you're him, you're his.
Yeah.
And I think
the dad's not in the video.
Yeah.
I used to whoop his ass.
Dude, I got to see this.
Your son just put on an amazing performance tonight. How do you feel, Deborah? What does this mean to you?
I'm proud. I'm happy. He always told me he could do it. He always gonna be a pro boxer. He went out there and he proved his mama wrong.
Bro, she has been a coach since day one.
Yeah.
This is how coaches speak about their about their
It is
fighters.
true. Maybe
man.
we're harder on her because she's a mom, because it seems like a violation of nature. But like if it was like Customato talking about Tyson,
You'd be like,
I think
this
he was
is
pretty.
sick.
But we'd be
Yeah.
like, that's what he needed.
Yeah. So in a way, maybe she just saw the talent in him. She's like, nah, I can't give it to him.
But paying neighborhood kids to beat up your son
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
It's like a level of like just harshness that I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
It's another clip if we want to watch it. It's pretty amazing.
I got to see this. Like I got to see him go. It put a rage in me.
I think it's the top right one on the videos. Yeah, I think it's this one. Nah. It's like a 1 minute one somewhere, probably on like TikTok or something.
We could find it on the break and then drum it back up.
But yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, you boxed for a minute.
No, I mean I've trained it. And I've sparred a couple times, but I don't have much power and I have heavy feet, so I don't think I'm well designed for genuine. I do like doing it though. Like I'll box friends once in a while because it does make me feel closer to him afterwards. Like me and my brother, for my 30th, he boxed me, which was really fun.
Yeah. Did you go headgear, mouthpiece?
Yeah, headgear, mouthpiece, the whole thing. I tried it when I was in high school. I would box, and I was training for a while, and then I was at a party, and I was a sophomore, and this kid who was a freshman, Ryan, he had a reputation for being tough. Everyone was like, he's the toughest freshman. But we were about the same size. I was like, I'll fuck him up. Let's box. He did not want to fight me. I was like, Ryan, box me. They started boxing at this party. I was like, box me. He's like, nah. I was like, box me. And he finally, the peer pressure, he was like, all right. We got in there. He threw one punch. I slipped. He threw another punch. Connected. I fell off a ledge. I went into convulsions, and I woke up like 5 hours later at the hospital. And then he was in the hospital crying because he thought he killed me. So really, who won?
That'd be crazy. You wake up out of there, you're like, look at you crying like a little bitch. Look at you, you pussy.
At that point, I was like, oh yeah, I'm probably not going to be a boxer, but I wanted to. I liked it.
Yeah.
But that was like my first real one, and I got pretty starched.
Oh, dude, it's super funny when you're like, when you're hitting pads and you're just standing there. You're like, yeah, I'm good at this. And then the person holding pads is like, all right, now let's move. And you're like, hold on. That shit'll humble you real quick.
I just got the hang of this.
Yeah. They're like, all right, now do it in motion.
It's a great workout, and hitting the mitts, like you do feel. I know there's like the rhythm of it is so
satisfying.
Nice. Yeah.
Have you ever tried it?
No, I'd like to. I've always wanted to take boxing lessons, but I've never actually done it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd really enjoy it. I've never been into fighting or watching fight. We went to UFC one time, and I was like, this is awesome. Yeah. Especially the walkout, like the entrance of the fight.
It gets you fired up.
And the camaraderie at UFC is incredible. But I never. I don't know. Yeah, I've always been into like just extreme sports more, just like surfing, all that stuff.
They have the coolest edits, skiing and everything. I
mean, a good surf video, especially when you're in high school.
John,
Julian Wilson back in the day. He's Australian. He just had like the best flow, like the best tan, and just comes out of a barrel, just
yeah.
And you're like, that's
sick. Me. I want to be that.
That's what I aspire to.
Yeah.
So, and also the music, like music to surf videos is always so good.
Mm-hmm.
And they just be in Bali.
Yeah.
And it was just very aspirational. You're like, I want to be there. And
yeah.
Like, and so, and I remember watching the X Games as a kid, just this guy wearing a Mountain Dew helmet. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Who wore the Mountain Dew helmet? Was that?
I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I don't even remember. He was a skater though. Maybe he was BMX.
I was always more into the BMX guys for some reason.
I mean,
Corey
BMX,
Nostalgio, bro.
Great name.
Yeah.
Dude, the moto, like what's his name? Brian Deegan.
Yeah.
The Metal Militia back in the day. I mean, the motocross guys were the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the motocross videos too, they made the lifestyle seem so appealing. Like there was always like girls, which was sick.
Watching.
Yeah.
Oh no, they'd be like it'd be like them in like a truck, and like there'd be girls like in bathing suits with them, and they'd be driving around like listening to like
CKY.
CKY. Like, just like thumping ska music, and I was like, these people seem fun. And unafraid.
DVD player just listening to CKY, the DVD.
Yeah, did Charlie's Angels 2? I don't know if you remember Pink's cameo, where Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu are all sick at dirt biking, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And then Pink comes in, she's organizing the comp. She's like, what, you want to enter? All right. Because she dated, I don't know if she's still at Corey Hart.
The heart attack.
I mean, I was just listening to Theo's podcast. He had a near-death experience guy on Theo's podcast. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that, but it does make you feel lighter about.
Well, you're very fascinated by people who come
I love
back.
near-death experiences, yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'll go to sleep listening to like stories about them. Because they're so, in a weird way, uplifting.
Oh,
because whenever people have a near-death experience, it's always like their consciousness pops out of their body, and then they're in this new realm. This like they describe it as like heavenly, where it's just peace and love.
Yeah,
and it's like a lot of people describe it as like that's their true home.
Oh, interesting.
Where like Earth is sort of like a place where you come to experience things. It's like you experience life, and it's like you learn things, your soul learns things, and then you return back home to this existence of just pure consciousness and light.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes me place less importance on like the egoistic things in life where you're like, I need like, especially in like comedy or whatever, or the entertainment, you're just like, I need more views. I need more like career stuff, and you're just sort of like, oh no, this is just an experience. I should, instead of like placing so much importance on things that I want in the future, I should just enjoy the ride. Yeah. And just like try to be present in every day. Because that ultimately, like you sometimes you get those things that you have been like working towards, and you're like, oh, this didn't give me the feeling I was hoping it would. It's more like we were going back with open mics. It's more the experience of like the enjoying all those things of like progressing in comedy or whatever it is.
To your point about enjoying the ride, that's kind of where I've been trying to put my mindset more, where I'm like, now let me do things that I will enjoy making now, and then I'll look back and go, I'm really glad I made that. And or I'm really glad I explored that, because I think I've definitely benefited from like the machine, as it were, and like I've definitely played that game, and it's like it works, but I'm not always super proud of that stuff. So I think
you have to as well to get like a foothold. It's just every artist that I love,
they all talk about it.
They're all conscious of it. Some people, part of their brand will say that they don't play into it, but that's, to me, I'm a little cynical. To me, that's a more sophisticated way of playing into it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because then like smart consumers will be like, oh, wow, that's outside of it.
Yeah.
But that's just a kind of way to approach it, I think.
Yeah. Sorry to
no, dude, I'm happy we talked
philosophical.
About it.
No, it's fucking, I love all that stuff.
It's true too. Like I sometimes think I was like more of a connoisseur as a consumer than I am sometimes as a creator. Yeah. Where I'm like when I like stuff, when I was first getting into content, art, whatever you want to call it, I like stuff that didn't have big viewership. That was part of its appeal, was that it like slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
And it said something about me that I was aware of it.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, at some point when I got into the thing, I kind of switched and was like, well, is that really the kind of place I want to be at in my own life? I think I'd actually rather be ubiquitous and oversaturated and like, just like
killing it, making
just killing it, and everyone's like, yeah, his stuff's not that great, but I'm so rich I don't hear any of it.
Yeah.
But then I think if you try to pursue that, it actually it doesn't work.
I think it eats you alive.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know. And I think this is super relevant, I guess, for anyone listening to this, because I do think with younger people, there is like a huge emphasis on like, oh, go be famous. Go create. That's what all these people are telling them. Go make something. It's like, you can do that, but if you're doing it to just make something, go crazy. But if you're doing it because like your kind of end goal are the one of ones, like I always use Drake as an example.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Like, I think it's I know it's great to have aspirations, but I don't know, I guess I'm like always realistic. Like, it is crazy how many people make music every day and then they look at Drake and they genuinely believe like, I could get there one day. And it's like unlikely.
Yeah.
He is one of, when you look in history, take the last 30 years and you take all the top artists, let's say it's, I don't know, 2,000 of them, for all the millions of people that have lived, it's not probable. So,
yeah.
And I just put that out there to say, do the thing that is you actually will enjoy doing. Because I don't know, life's limited and all that.
Yeah. The thing, the best feeling I think when you're making something is, we've had this a bunch of times where it's like you like edit it. It's like if we're making a video, you edit it and you're the process was so fun that you're like I don't even care how well this performs. Like I love. It's hard to, once you put it out, to maintain that.
No,
but that feeling of like, I just love what we did.
Yeah,
and this was awesome.
Yeah,
inevitably when you put it out, you're all that. Other side comes out and we're like, well, why aren't people watching it?
Yeah.
But
YouTube's like 9 out of 10. This sucks. Have you tried incorporating slime in this video?
But that feeling is like the best. It's like the most fulfilling feeling, I think, if you're creating.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway,
I have kind of a random tangent off this, but I think it's somewhat related.
Yeah.
My three of my top movies of the year were Blackberry, Air, and Barbie. They're all about products.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, is that just like
the capitalism pill?
Yeah,
you swallowed it, dude.
I mean, it seems very on its face like what it is, but like, is that going to be the future of film? Is just us talking about how we relate to the things we buy?
Yeah, I mean, if it isn't already. Yeah, I went on a big tangent about this on one episode, but yeah, I can't. Modern media really fucks me up because it's all shot like commercials because it's all shot for coverage. It's not like.
There's not much of a point of view there.
No, and they're not crafted scenes. It's all shot in a way where it's like, oh, if this is too violent for China, we can erase this scene. Or
right.
If this person is,
it's shot for options.
Yeah. And I think so. Yeah, I think that's like a fucking great point to question if film is even about film anymore in ways. Yeah,
dude, I just watched Portrait of a Woman on Fire, Lady on Fire. Like, and I know that's like the best movie from like France that year, so I shouldn't assume that's all French film.
Yeah.
But like the way it was shot, it was like it would go from like a tracking shot to like no cuts in a conversation of like a 2-shot. And I was like, there was so much intention in it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, only one person could have made it this way. It's like the lady who shot this thing.
Yeah.
And then is this it right here? This movie rips.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I'll watch it.
Oh,
tonight.
dude, you'll love it, man. It's so good.
Dude, it got me torqued up.
Yeah, I'm kind of downplaying how juiced it is on the horny front.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's like quiet, but it's like two really beautiful gals kind of circling each other.
Okay. This is what you graduate from, like as a young man.
Yeah,
you watch two girls kiss on whatever.
I'm just saying the erotica in America is pretty lowbrow, dude. If you're really trying to crank to something profound, you got to go French.
Yeah, you got to go to France.
A young guy, like, I'm an artist now. Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Yeah,
I want to create that.
Yeah, but I see what you mean though about the way stuff is shot. It's like it's pretty rare to have something. And maybe it always has been too. That's like shot with like one person's brain in mind.
Yeah. I mean, and I think the A24 stuff does a good job of that, and there are big films that definitely do that. It's not all of them, but I'm definitely focusing more in on like the big blockbuster stuff, the Avengers and like all the comic book stuff. But
which was dope when it first came out, and then
it was fun.
It just ran its course.
Yeah. I do think the funny thing in like action series or action films is the abrupt cut to someone's reaction. It's like that was very clearly like a market thing. Like, oh, we have to jump cut this moment here for this reason. Yeah.
Like Avengers Endgame was so designed in the third act to just give the audience huge hits of satisfaction.
Yeah.
Where it was basically like, guess who's going to show up right now? And you're like, I needed that. Yes. And I remember being conscious of it when I was watching it, where I was like, God, they're manipulating the fuck out of me, but I didn't care. I was like, it's such a perfect product.
You're like, give it to me.
Yeah. It was just like drugs into my veins.
Yeah. I was laughing with our buddy Meat Canyon about how like realizing that Tony Stark is a character, like he's kind of just like a hot Redditor, like he's the hot version of a Redditor.
Yeah.
Like he's just very like, just kind of like that snarky nerd, like, Jarvis, can I get the, like, it's just, I think like those guys in their mind want to be Tony Stark, dude.
It is crazy where he's like this billionaire who's like, no, I'm actually more on top of it and should be in charge more than like the government.
Yeah.
And now like it's literally happening, and it's like chicken or the egg thing where I'm like, did he create Elon Musk or did Elon Musk create Tony Stark?
Bro, I can't see Elon Musk as having as much swag as the character of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That's the only part I can't see.
He definitely doesn't talk as fast.
No. No. He's not as smooth getting out of a R8.
No, he's back. He's fucked up his back.
Elon fucked up his back?
I think he's had a bunch of surgeries from doing judo or something like that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well,
Big boy.
Speaking of fucked up backs, you saw that clip of Ronnie Coleman going around?
No.
It was, sorry.
No, the emotion I felt.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I hit you hard.
Yeah, well, just to see someone who is as powerful as him.
Yeah.
Is he diminished?
It's just him, like, his spine is all fucked up from that doctor that seemingly conned him into a bunch of surgeries. That's the story. Yeah. Because people keep using Ronnie to say, these are the results of bodybuilding, which is such a weak argument. If you want to preach anti-bodybuilding, just count up everyone who's died from a heart attack.
Yeah.
Fucking the list is long. But Yeah, they're like showing Ronnie trying to get out of I think his wheelchair.
They did that with steroids too, where someone would die from like, having like a brain thing, and they'd be like, it's the roids, and you're like, well, no.
Yeah. So that's what we're saying. Do roids, guys. That's what we're saying. We're saying do steroids.
I'm just like, but to what you're saying, like, if you're gonna criticize something, like,
there's plenty.
Think about it.
Yeah, there's plenty out there to point to, bro.
Yeah, because then you make it easy for the people who are pro the thing to be like, they can focus on how you're wrong on that.
Yeah.
Dude.
It'll be interesting to see where the Liver King ends up.
It will be.
Yeah.
Because is he staying on cycle?
He's like, he made a video where he's basically like, his family's surrounding him. They're all wearing armor for some reason.
I didn't see this. Can we see this?
Like, I'm back on the juice.
Oh, let's see it.
Yeah.
I bet that got people riled up. They go, yeah, you know what? This is our guy.
He was like, the sheer volume of bull testicles I'd have to consume in a day was not sustainable. We're like, yeah, no shit.
I gave it a shot.
Well, everyone, thank you for tuning into this very, we covered a lot. Weights and fish.
Bungee
jumping. Everybody, Chad and JT, they're on tour in February. Go rock with the boys. I'm also on tour. I'll be in Tulsa, or I just left Tulsa. Shout out Tulsa. I'll be in Omaha, Nebraska in a couple weeks. So buy tickets to both of our tours. And thank you guys for joining us.
Dude, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
it was an honor.
Super fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate it, dude.
Let me end it on this. I think you guys were the first people to ever invite me on a podcast.
Really?
So this is fun. Yeah.
Really?
No way.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I think you guys are the first ones.
Dude, we'd love to have you on again.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
anytime,
fun.
bro.
We've incorporated live calls. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, dude, I'm very down for that.
Yeah,
They're good people.
Yeah.
We get good callers.
Yeah.
I'm very down for that.
It's been very fun. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Everybody go follow Chad and JT on everything. They're making great stuff all the time. And yeah, we'll see you all in the bonus. And if you don't subscribe to TMG, well, then we'll see you next week. All right? Bye-bye.